Most people think giving is about being nice. It's not. Giving is a behavioral technology, a social code that rewires your brain and quietly changes your position in the group. That's why it feels good. That's why it spreads. And that's also why it can destroy you if you do it for the wrong reason. Today, we're decoding the real psychology of giving, the conscious reasons, the unconscious motives, and the rules that make giving powerful without making you weak. We live in a time where people are connected all day, but feel more isolated than ever. Everyone is protecting their time, protecting their energy, protecting their attention. And on paper, that sounds smart. But there's a hidden cost. When giving disappears, trust disappears. When trust disappears, everything becomes heavier. You overthink. You assume the worst. You keep score. You build walls. And that's the part nobody talks about. A society with less giving doesn't just become less kind, it becomes less functional. Because giving is one of the core systems that holds humans together. Here's the code. Giving works because it activates 3 engines at the same time. 1. Reward in the brain. 2. Reciprocity in relationships. 3. Identity in the self. But it also has a shadow side: guilt, control, status games, burnout. Let's break it down. First engine, reward. When you give time, attention, help, resources, your brain often marks it as valuable behavior. Not because you're a saint, but because humans who supported each other survived better in groups. So your nervous system learned a simple rule: helping the tribe is good for me. That's why giving can produce a real high. Not in a cheesy way, in a biological way. You feel warmth, energy, meaning. And meaning is a powerful drug. Now here's an important detail. The reward is stronger when giving feels voluntary. When you choose it, your brain reads it as autonomy. When you're forced into it, your brain reads it as threat. Same behavior, different internal meaning, different outcome. Example number 1. Think about the difference between helping a friend move because you want to versus helping because you're scared they'll be mad if you say no. On the outside, it looks identical. But inside, one builds connection, the other builds resentment. That's the first code. Giving must be free, or it becomes emotional debt. Second engine, reciprocity. Humans run on invisible contracts, unspoken rules, subtle exchanges. When someone helps you, something triggers inside you. I owe them. Not because you're weak, because reciprocity is how trust scales in groups. It's a system that prevents chaos. If nobody returns value, people stop investing. And when people stop investing, you don't get community, you get a crowd. Example number 2. You've seen this at work. There's always that one person who takes, always needs help, always needs coverage, always needs favors. At first, people help because they're decent. But after a while, the tone changes. People start avoiding them, not openly, quietly. Because when reciprocity breaks, trust breaks. And when trust breaks, access gets removed. Now here's where giving becomes bigger than kindness. Giving is how you create a world where people feel safe to cooperate, safe to share, safe to build, safe to take risks. A high-trust environment is basically a cheat code for life. But again, there's a shadow side. Reciprocity can turn giving into manipulation. Some people give to create obligation. They don't say it directly, but the message is hidden. After everything I've done for you. That's not giving, that's buying leverage. So the rule here is simple. If your giving comes with a hidden invoice, it's a transaction pretending to be love. Third engine, identity. This one is the most underrated. Your brain doesn't just track what you do. It tracks what your actions say about who you are. When you give consistently, you start seeing yourself as someone who contributes. And identity drives behavior more than motivation ever will. Because motivation is a mood. Identity is a self-image. If you believe I'm the kind of person who shows up, you show up even when you don't feel like it. That's why giving changes people. It doesn't only improve the receiver's life, it improves the giver's self-concept. Example number 3. Think about two versions of you. Version A. You avoid helping because you're protecting energy. Version B. You help in small, consistent ways, without self-betrayal. Version A becomes more isolated over time, more suspicious, more guarded. Version B becomes more grounded, more connected, more confident. Not because life is perfect, but because their identity is tied to contribution, not protection. And contribution is stabilizing. But again, shadow side. Some people give because they need to be seen as good. They don't give to help, they give to confirm an image. And when you criticize them, they collapse because you attacked their identity. That's not maturity, that's branding. So here's the rule. Healthy giving builds identity quietly. Unhealthy giving demands applause. Now let's talk about the part that matters if you're serious. When giving turns toxic. There are 4 common traps. Trap number 1, guilt giving. You give because you feel responsible for other people's emotions. You're not helping. You're avoiding discomfort. Trap number 2, control giving. You give to secure loyalty, to create dependency, to stay needed. That's not generosity. That's fear with a gift-wrapped mask. Trap number 3, status giving. You give for reputation, to look good, to win social points. Sometimes that still helps people, but it also turns your life into a performance. Trap number 4, boundaryless giving. You give until you're empty. Then you blame people for taking. But they didn't take your boundaries. You didn't set them. This is the big truth most people miss. Giving without boundaries is not virtue. It's self-abandonment. And self-abandonment always comes with a bill. The bill is burnout. The bill is resentment. The bill is emotional coldness later. So yes, giving can change the world, but only when it comes from strength, not fear. Let's turn this into a usable system. Here are the rules. Rule number 1, give small, give often. Micro-giving beats heroic giving. A message, a check-in, a small favor, a tiny act of attention. This builds trust without draining you. Rule number 2, give autonomously. If you can't say no, your yes is not real. A real yes is chosen. Anything else is pressure. Rule number 3, give with clean motives. Ask yourself this question: would I still do this if nobody knew? If the answer is no, at least be honest about what you're buying. Approval? Status? Security? Honesty is maturity. Rule number 4, set a limit before you give. Don't decide boundaries after you're exhausted. Decide up front. How much time can I give? How much energy can I give? What is sustainable? Then give inside that limit. Rule number 5, give where it multiplies. Not everyone deserves access. Give where there's reciprocity, growth, or real need, not where there's entitlement. Because giving isn't about being used, it's about building systems that work. Here's the final code. Giving isn't just a moral choice, it's infrastructure. It's how humans create high-trust environments. It's how communities become strong. It's how individuals become stable. But giving only works when it's clean, voluntary, bounded, and honest. So if you want a simple challenge, give one small thing today, without the need for credit, and without betraying yourself. Because that's the version of giving that doesn't just help people, it changes the system. If you want more videos decoding human behavior like this, subscribe to the Human Code. Next up, why people self-sabotage.